Hey Pisces Kingdom, I'm tuning in for a reading today. I went ahead and did some pre-shuffling. We will clarify on camera. Pisces, so just real quick, I went ahead and delivered a few services for the initiation side, so be sure to check your inbox. I will be getting back to a few more services. If you would like to book a private reading with me, the information's in the description box below. If you would like to book a private reading with Keen, there is a discount code to get your first 10 minutes for $1.99. All that information is in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. Your general energy coming in, Pisces, is the Six of Pentacles in the upright. And what's good about the Six of Pentacles in the upright is that I don't know what you went through in the past, Pisces, but you're coming out of a healing cycle with the Four of Swords in the upright. And you're coming into an Ace of Swords in the reverse, meaning that there was some lack of clarity in the past, maybe some kind of confusion, or maybe you didn't have the information that you needed, or you had some questions that you needed answers to in order to move forward successfully. And you were kind of going through the cycle of trying to find the answers, trying to come to these conclusions or gain these moments of clarity so that you could move forward successfully. And in the past, Ace of Swords in the reverse, that information wasn't there or wasn't available to you, or you couldn't see it clearly, because the Ace of Swords in the reverse talks about kind of going in circles, trying to figure something out. As you can see here, it's kind of like a spiral, right? It's like she is overthinking, overanalyzing, and it begins to kind of spiral all the way down until the light breaks through and there's information, clarity, a breakthrough that comes in. The math equation finally adds up. And so what this is saying, Pisces, is that you're about to get the information that you need to move forward to the next step. A moment of realization, of clarity in your life, and that's going to really change up the game for you, because you're coming out of a healing cycle with the Four of Swords. I don't know what that's about. It may be connected to past energy, and as you come out of this past cycle, this healing cycle, you come into the Ace of Swords. You get this clarity, this realization, this information that you need to move forward to the next step of your journey. So we will go ahead and clarify before I say anything, because we have a few reversals here and I want to know what this is about. Holy Spirit, why is the Ace of Swords in the reverse for Pisces? What is this about? Tell us a little bit more about this energy. Why is the Ace of Swords in the reverse for Pisces? Okay, so we have the Fool in the reverse. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords, the Six of Wands, the King of Swords in the reverse, the Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Reach out for the other. Yeah, so this is the Fool in the reverse. Okay, Pisces, in the past, Pisces, you started to have some kind of self-doubt, because the Fool in the reverse talks about taking a leap of faith on yourself. Taking a leap of faith into the unknown, taking a chance, taking a risk on something. In the reverse, it talks about hesitation, not feeling like you're fully ready, not feeling like you have everything you need or all the information, not feeling 100%, and still needing to take a leap of faith on yourself, still needing to bet on yourself. And I don't know what this is about, but whatever this is, Pisces, the Fool in the reverse talks about, having a little bit of hesitation to take that next step. The thing is, this is the good news. Ace of Swords is in the reverse. The reason you were hesitating, or you weren't able to take this leap of faith on yourself, is because you needed some information to move forward. You needed some questions answered. You needed to connect the dots. You needed some kind of realization or clarity that was going to reaffirm and validate and confirm the direction that you wanted to take, and moving up levels, taking the next step in your life. And so as this breakthrough comes in, you're going to be able to take this leap of faith on yourself. And so again, it can come in as a little bit of self-doubt, not knowing, and just needing that reassurance, that confirmation, that validation, because the Fool is here. It means that you're stepping into the unknown in some kind of way. Whatever this next step of your life is, Pisces, although it may be stressful in the sense of, trying to figure it all out, trying to get all the answers, overthinking it. This is the card of sleepless nights, anxiety, analysis paralysis, like stress, even PTSD. And so this is what's going on in the mind space. You're overthinking the situation. But the thing is, it actually is going to lead you to a major victory. Six of Wands in the upright. This is a really good sign, because most of your cards are in the reverse. I don't know why, we will clarify, but Six of Wands is in the upright. whatever this leap of faith is, whatever this next step is that you've been kind of doubting, you know, whether you should jump or not, and needing more information to move forward, because that's the Ace of Swords. You need more information. You need those answers. It's going to lead to a major victory, Pisces. And what I'm getting here is that you're about to get lucky, okay? A lot of people, it takes them, you know, many tries to finally get the success, right? You go through a lot of failure to finally get to that success. But for you, it feels like in your first few tries, you're going to gain a major success that's going to restore your confidence and your belief in yourself. Because whatever happened in the past, you're coming out of a major healing cycle. So that might have affected the reverse. The Fool is, you know, just being a risk taker, being a go-getter, taking that leap of faith, not knowing what's ahead of you, but still believing that you got it. Whereas in the reverse, it's kind of like being a little bit hesitant, a little apprehensive to take that leap of faith. And so we'll figure out what this Four of Swords is, but whatever put you into this healing cycle might have shaken your foundation a little bit, or your sense of self. We'll figure it out, we'll clarify, because then we have the Lovers in the reverse as well, which is a major arcana. Either way, Pisces, this information, this breakthrough, this realization is going to help you take this next step in your life, which again is leading you into a victory. So do not believe your mind, and do not believe the thoughts that you're having at this time, because the Nine of Swords can be a little disturbing. It can be negative thoughts. It can be analysis paralysis, stress, sleepless nights, kind of overthinking things to the point where, again, you're losing sleep, you're losing your peace of mind. But the thing is, what gets you out of your head and into your body is the action. And the thing that will really change up the game for you is this success that is coming in. So this is really going to reaffirm your journey, that you are on the right path. And not only is it going to bring that validation, that confirmation that you need to move forward, it's also going to lead you to the Six of Pentacles. Something's finally going to come into balance in your life, Pisces. And for some of you, you've been investing. You've been putting in the work. You've been putting in the time, maybe the resources, the finances, investing into something, whatever this is, and you haven't seen it pay off the way that you wanted to. Maybe it's going a little bit too slow, and that's about to come into balance with the Six of Pentacles. So Pisces, I don't know what you're up to. I don't know what this is about. We do have a lot of reversals, but for a lot of you, you have a really good outcome coming in, which is the Queen of Wands. If you lost that passion or that creativity or that, you know, that risk taker side of you, or that sense of self, because the Four of Swords is actually depicted in the original tarot deck as literally being in a coffin. So it's not, you know, it's not easy to get out of this energy. It's not easy to go through a healing cycle. And again, you're going to reemerge a completely different version of yourself. And that's really going to help your fire. It's really going to help your creativity, your passion, your entrepreneurial spirits, because Queen of Wands is someone who's very, very confident, very successful, very entrepreneurial, very free-spirited, whereas Four of Swords is kind of working through the shadow and doing a lot of the heavy lifting and having to go through the healing process, which again is not really fun or fancy, you know. Oftentimes healing can look messy and maybe even a little dark sometimes when you're working through the shadow. So whatever put you in this healing cycle, you're going to reemerge as the Queen of Wands. Whether you're male or female, this is just saying that you're getting that confidence back. You're getting that master manifestor power back. Again, she's able to master manifest out of thin air. And yeah, it's like you're going from this gloomy energy into this fiery, warm energy. So there's a very clear distinction, because this may even feel a little bit low vibrational compared to this Queen of Wands. So Six of Wands, this victory, Pisces, is really going to change up the game for you. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about this Ace of Swords? What is this information for Pisces? Again, this is a general reading, so I'm going to see how much I can tap into this without it getting very specific. If you would like a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. But I want to know more about this Ace of Swords, because this is what's really going to change up the game for you, Pisces. I don't know if you've been waiting on some information or some answers, or for things to finally make sense for a breakthrough, okay? Because this represents a breakthrough after spiraling for a while, after going in circles. So I want to know more about that. What is this Ace of Swords for Pisces, Holy Spirit? What is this information? What is this about? Page of Swords in the reverse. It's too many cards. I'm going to put those back. Page of Swords in the reverse. Pisces, a lot of you have been learning and studying something new, okay? And now it's time to take action, because Page of Swords in the reverse can also mean that, you know, you've learned everything you needed to learn. And now it's time to actually take action. So it's not like being 100% ready or knowing everything you need to know about the subject or about the next step. There's a point where you graduate from, you know, studying to taking the test, to taking the next step. And so Page of Swords in the reverse, you learned everything you needed to learn, and now it's time to move forward. But what is this information, Holy Spirit? What is this Ace of Swords? Okay, the Empress and the Two of Cups. Three of Swords. But for a lot of you Pisces, there's something new. There's a new phase in your life. There's a new chapter. Maybe you're opening a new business, or getting into a new kind of investment, or you're starting a new hobby, or you're learning a new skill. But Page of Swords is saying that you graduated as a student, and now it's time to move on to the next level. But this is supposed to get you to some kind of a goal with the Empress in the upright. It's supposed to help you birth something. It's supposed to help you manifest something. To Two of Cups. Pisces, even if you don't feel 100% ready, okay, you are ready. It's time to take that next move, that next step. Because you are on the right path, and it's going to lead you to some big manifestation with the Empress. Three of Swords, after a heartbreak, after a disappointment, you're finally coming into a big breakthrough. It's like this, whatever rock bottom moment you went through, because we have Three of Swords to Four of Swords, that breakdown or that rock bottom is going to take you to your next success, to your next breakthrough, your next realization. This feels like past energy though. I don't know why it's coming up with the Ace of Swords. Some of you may have been trying to bring closure to a situation in order to move forward. But I feel like this is two different things, because this is learning something new about the next phase of your life, about what you're coming into, whereas this is more so connected to your past, what you're healing from, and what you're coming out of. So why is it Two of Cups here? What is this Two of Cups, Holy Spirit? Something's about to come together for you. Something's about to click. Something's about to make sense. And that's part of the breakthrough coming in with the Ace of Swords. Again, I don't want to clarify too much, because it's going to be more specific, and I'm going to try and keep this as general as possible, but I do want to know what this Two of Cups is. Knight of Wands to Judgment. Pisces, okay, so this is a part of your level up. This is a part of your transformation. You are leveling up. You are transforming. Judgment is in the upright. Major Arcana to the Empress. Knight of Wands. Pisces, you're about to reconnect with that spark, with that passion, with that creativity. Things are about to start flowing for you. Things are about to start warming up, okay? Because you're coming out of this gloomy energy. Whatever happened in the past, Three of Swords to Four of Swords. You see all those grays, all those blues, okay? These are lower vibrational energies. Could turn into overthinking, negative thoughts, you know, kind of feeling a little bit blue, a little sad. This energy is what you're healing from, whatever this heartbreak was. And that healing cycle has been completed. And so now you're ready to take the next step forward. You've learned everything you need to learn. And something's about to manifest in this next chapter that is going to, Six of Wands, lead you to a major victory. And in that process, Pisces, you're going in as the Four of Swords, and you're coming out as the Queen of Wands. This is a part of your level up. This is a part of your transformation. Knight of Wands. This, Pisces, is going to bring back that excitement into your life, that lust for life, that spark. It's like something was missing, Pisces. Something was missing for a while, and you may have not even realized, because you've been in this energy for a while now. Because whatever this was, Nine of Swords is connected to your past. It's not something that's happening in the current moment, but you may still be feeling these emotions. You may still be going through those cycles. And again, it's like there's a need to believe in yourself so that you can take this next move, so that you can take this next leap of faith, but there's hesitation. Fool in the reverse. Card number 1, it's a major arcana. So Fool, sorry, not number 1, it's card number 0. Whatever this next step is, Pisces, could really propel you. It is going to lead you to success, but it could really propel you to quantum leap. This is a major opportunity. And so in the reverse, it says analysis paralysis, okay? You know, hesitating. You may not feel ready. You may not be ready, but there is magic in the air, and the universe is waiting to support you with infinite love and guidance. Trust your intuition as you swan dive into the seed of potential. I am ready for this adventure down my soul path. New beginnings, potential, adventures, enthusiasm, awakening, innocence, optimism. The journey of the soul begins with a single step, and you may find yourself on the edge of an epic journey. Exactly, it's like you're right there, Pisces. There's a next step that you're being prompted to take, but there's a little bit of hesitation because of what's been going on in your mind space. 9 of Swords, okay? This is, again, there's a lack of peace of mind, and maybe even a lot of mental chatter, a lot of mental noise, as you can see the birds here. Some of you may be going through, as you can see the pillow and the bed, okay? It's like you can see the outline of the bed here and the pillow. It's like some of you may be up at night thinking about something, overanalyzing, kind of replaying scenarios in your head about past situations. And this is making it harder than it has to be. Because what Spirit is saying is that there's no need to think anymore. There's no need to learn or to research. It's like you have everything you need to take the next step. It's all about the action. And that step forward, that action is actually going to take you completely out of this gloomy energy. It's going to take you out of your head and into your body. And is going to lead you to a victory. Okay? Swords represents the mind space, whereas fire, wands, represents the actions that you need to take. And that action, again, is leading you straight into the 6 of Wands, a major victory. Pisces, a lot of you are about to come into this breakthrough. Okay, some of you already received this information. Some of you are about to receive the information that you need. But as soon as you receive this information, this breakthrough, you're going to be ready to take the next step. There's going to be enough confirmation, enough validation, enough reassurance for you to not hesitate, because you're about to take a leap of faith. You're about to move forward. We have a lot of major arcanas coming in. We have the Lovers, the Fool, the Empress, the Sun, the Star, to the Judgment. Okay, so yeah, major arcanas. 3 of Swords. I don't know what this was, Pisces, but this 3 of Swords is what got you into the healing cycle. But as you're going through this process, you're re-emerging the Queen of Wands. You're coming back into your power. Whatever situation happened in the past. I just heard something. You can't break a broken heart. Okay, I don't know for who that is. 3 of Swords, you can't break a broken heart. Some of you, Pisces, may have gone through some kind of healing process when it comes to your heart chakra. And again, it's not, when we talk about the heart, it's not all about like romance and love. The heart chakra is actually an energy center. And when you align your heart with your mind space, or with your mind, I don't know if it would be mind space or mindset, but when you align your mind and your heart, it becomes so much more powerful, because sometimes your heart wants one thing and is pulling you in one direction, and the mind pulls you in a different. And so it just divides the energy. But when you align your mind and your heart towards the same goal, towards the same target, then you become unstoppable, because you're no longer self-sabotaging or contradicting your actions. And so there's something big here. It's like you can't break a broken heart. 3 of Swords to 4 of Swords, you've been going through the healing cycle. You've been going through the healing motions. But your heart center may be closed at this time. And that might be the boost that you need to get you to this next level. To reconnect your heart to your mission, to reconnect your heart to your path. Because you are coming into some kind of wish fulfillment. The Star and the 9 of Cups, even though they're in the reverse, is still a really good sign, because you're still on the right path. You're coming into a major wish fulfillment. But some of you may have lost hope or faith in the journey. Because of what you had to go through, what you had to endure. 9 of Swords, whatever sleepless nights, whatever overanalyzing, overthinking things, stress, PTSD coming up, replaying past memories, things like that. This is, again, a lack of peace. To 5 of Swords. You have a lot of Swords energy coming in, Pisces. Even the King of Swords in the reverse. There's a lot going on in your mind space, okay? Your mind right now may be overactive. And you may have to get into the body, Pisces, so that you can learn to balance this out. Because there's a lot of Swords energy and it's not actually helping you. It's not beneficial to you. And so what's going to really get you out of this Swords energy is to take the action, is to align with the fire, because the wands represents the actions that you take, whereas the swords represents thinking and the mind space. Yeah, King of Swords is also in the reverse. There's a lot going on your mind, Pisces. I don't know what's been going on with you, but we will clarify this Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords in the reverse, please, Spirit? What does this mean for Pisces? Why is the Five of Swords in the reverse? Ten of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so Pisces, some of you may have been overthinking things, or just caught up in your mind space, analyzing, trying to strategize to make sure that you are successful on this next step, in this next phase of your life. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of you may have been caught in the mind space because things were getting prolonged, things were being delayed, things were taking longer than they should. And Knight of Pentacles in the upright is the slowest moving knight in the entire tarot deck, is the slowest moving energy. But the good thing about the Knight of Pentacles is that slow and steady wins the race. He always gets to the finish line, no matter what. In the reverse, though, it talks about a lot of delays, a lot of stuck energy, things moving very, very slow, maybe things not moving at all, not seeing the kind of progress that you want to see. And that might have gotten you into, overthinking things, overanalyzing, trying to perfect everything. And that might have caught you in some kind of a mental loop, because Five of Swords is also in the reverse. Yeah, a lot of Swords energy coming in. Five of Swords in the reverse, Shadow. A desire for peace. Resentment. Sometimes it isn't just fair, and these inequities can drain our energy for much longer than they need to. Often it's the fear of failure that does the most draining. If you're feeling outsmarted or outjousted, remember that one chapter doesn't define you. Wins and losses are both a part of the human experience, and the keys to self-improvement lie dormant inside of the difficulties. Boost your consciousness, upgrade your skills, and build on this experience. You may find yourself a few steps backward if you're not bringing your integrity to the game. The lessons move me ahead always. Pisces, it feels like you went through some kind of situation here in the past where things didn't turn out the way that you wanted them to. You didn't see the kind of progress or the success that you wanted to see. And you may be thinking of this as a failure, or you may be thinking that, you could have done things differently, right? But the thing is, it's already in the past. And so whatever happened here, the fact that you're so analyzing or strategizing or thinking about it, it may be pulling and draining on your energy in this now moment. Because right now you have the opportunity to take a leap of faith. Six of Wands is going to land on a victory. This victory is guaranteed. The Six of Wands is in the upright, but it's going to require action over strategy, action over planning, action over analyzing, because that's the only thing that can get you out of this mental energy. Because again, we do have a lot of swords here, and we only have one water card. No, two. Okay, so Two of Cups to Nine of Cups. There's not, okay, your energy, Pisces, like you're not in your element right now. You're more so in your head, you're more so in the mind space. And there's a need to kind of drop down into the body, Six of Wands, because that action is going to guide you to this victory. Knight of Wands to Queen of Wands. Something's about to re-spark the flame. Something's about to, you're about to regain your sense of passion. You're about to regain your flow. Whereas this can feel like, again, running 1,000 miles an hour on a freaking treadmill, overthinking things, overanalyzing things, thinking about past situations. Some of you Pisces may be looking for some kind of closure. But the thing is, Four of Swords is in the upright. Spirit is saying that you've done the healing work. The healing cycle is completed. Your heart center, okay, your heart chakra may be closed off or may be guarded or protected, but the healing is complete with the Four of Swords in the upright. Holy Spirit, what does Pisces need to know about the Four of Swords? Any final advice for the Four of Swords for Pisces, Holy Spirit? It's in the upright, so the healing has been successfully completed. So I don't know why that leads us into the Lovers in the reverse, but we'll find out. Okay, we have the Emperor, the Five of Wands. The Queen of Wands in the reverse. The World in the upright. Yeah, the healing cycle is completed successfully. World in the upright, to the Tower in the upright, and the Seven of Cups. Pisces, yes, your heart center, okay, or your heart chakra may be closed, okay, or guarded, or blocked off in a sense, because Queen of Cups is your energy and it's in the reverse, meaning that you may have disconnected from your emotions at this time because of the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. It doesn't look unhealthy in a sense, because the Emperor is here, meaning that you are taking control and you're taking power and you're making the right moves, you're taking the right actions. You have the routines, the strategies in place. You know what it is that you have to do to succeed. Five of Wands, you are moving forward. You are progressing at this time. In the World in the upright, you closed out this healing cycle successfully. So the Tower and the Seven of Cups. Pisces, okay, I don't see this as a negative thing, okay? It doesn't look negative. You may not feel like you're in your own element, in your own energy, but the reason why is if you tap into your emotions right now, it's going to be very overwhelming. You see all these cups, all this fog, it just may feel like there's a lot going on emotionally. It's kind of like feeling everything at once and then feeling numb the next minute. It's like, you know, it's like this roller coaster, not feeling anything or feeling everything at once. It could be very chaotic and very much like an up and down roller coaster kind of situation. And so for you right now, what I'm seeing is that you decided to kind of cool the emotions or disconnect from the emotions a little bit because it was becoming chaotic or very, very scattered. Seven of Cups can also be brain fog, feeling a little bit confused, having too many options on the table, feeling overwhelmed, again, feeling everything and not feeling anything at all. And so this energy was creating tower moments in your life, okay? It was creating a lot of ups and downs in your life. And so it was bringing a sense of imbalance. And so you might have kind of closed the faucet, okay, on the water, on the emotions, and that's brought some kind of a balance back into your life. So again, it doesn't look unhealthy. If I didn't clarify, I would say, you know, there's the need to reconnect to that side of you. But at this moment, it looks like taking control and taking power and doing the things that you need to do, regardless of your feelings, regardless of your emotions, is actually going to get you to this victory. Because the Emperor is about taking power, taking control. Is about strengthening your masculine side and taking the actions that you need to take in order to get to your outcome, in order to succeed. And again, it is in the upright. So 4 being the Emperor to 4 of Swords. A lot of you Pisces, through this process, whatever you've been through, whatever challenges, you've built a very strong foundation that can't be shaken by tower moments, okay? The tower moment might shake you, okay, or your emotions, or your sense of balance, but your foundation is very strong at this time because you built it on integrity. It's like whatever kind of failures or whatever kind of situations you went through in the past, they taught you the lessons so that when you rebuild, you built it in a way where it couldn't be destroyed, where it couldn't be shattered, where it couldn't be shaken. And no matter how many tower moments you go through, your foundation is strong now. It's going to hold you in place and it's creating a sense of stability. So again, it's like you're doing things regardless of your feelings or your emotions. And that's actually a good thing, okay? Because the Seven of Cups can be a very, very scattered energy. It can feel like a freaking roller coaster. You know, one minute you feel everything, you know, the next minute you feel nothing. And you can't count on those emotions. You can't count on those feelings to arrive to this victory. But the downside to that, Pisces, is that some of you may be too much in your mind space. No matter what, Pisces, you are getting to the sun, okay? You are coming back into your happiness. And most importantly, you are achieving the success and the victory. So it's like you're navigating a lot, Pisces. There's a lot going on with you. And this may be going on beneath the surface. Like maybe a lot of people don't know that you're going through this. This may be happening in your mind space. This may be more personal to you. But no matter what it is, Pisces, you're going through a massive transformation. And you're going from a 4 of Swords into Queen of Wands. You're emerging a completely new version of yourself. In some way, somehow, it's going to work out beautifully. It's bringing some kind of balance back into your life. Pisces, some of you, okay, some of you may have taken so many turns on this journey. This journey may have taken you in a completely different direction than where you thought it was going, but some way, somehow, it's going to loop you back around. It's like you might have felt like you were on the path initially when you started, and after all these challenges, after all this adversity, all the healing cycles you had to go through, it's like you don't even know where you are in relation to your goal when it comes to the path, right? Because the Star is showing up in the reverse and the Nine of Cups is showing up in the reverse. This is how you feel, but the reality is you're still on the right path and you're still well on your way towards your goal, and you are closer than you actually think. This is why I'm saying, like, the mind, Pisces, is lying to you. You may be overthinking or thinking, you know, worst case scenario, or like the negativities, okay, which is normal. Everybody does that, but it may be heightened at this time because there's a lot of energy going to the mind space. But even the Star in the reverse is still a good card. It's just saying that you might have lost some hope, or you might have lost some faith on the journey, but you're still on your way there. It's like your faith or your belief is being tested, but you're still coming out successful, so it doesn't really matter. So what I'm gonna say, Pisces, okay, is don't trust your don't trust your thoughts, don't trust your mind, and don't trust your feelings or your emotions, which is kind of hard to say. The only thing that you can count on is doing the work and trusting your actions, because you're a couple steps away from a major victory that, again, is going to help you gain that confidence, that self-esteem, that belief, that validation. Because when you take too many L's, you know, in a row, and it doesn't mean that it's a loss. You may have perceived it as a failure or a loss because, you know, maybe it didn't happen the way that you thought it was going to happen. Because Five of Swords is in the reverse. Maybe you perceived it as a loss, or maybe you perceived it as a failure. But the thing is, you didn't. It was just a part of the journey, and it was aligning things for this big success. So it's kind of like but it's more so like losing the battle but winning the war. Okay, like you're still getting to your outcomes. It may just happen in a different way. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about the Emperor? Tell us a little bit more. Clarify this energy for Pisces. The Moon in the reverse and the Hangman in the upright. Both of these are your cards, Pisces. Your energy is starting to come into the reading because we hardly had any water. Nine of Cups, Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, and now we have Hangman and the Moon. To a lot of people, Pisces, they would get lost in this journey. But you are a trailblazer. You've done this before. Even though you haven't been on this level, even though you haven't done it this way, you've done this before. Like, you've navigated the unknown as best as you could. And the Hangman in the reverse, the Hangman in the upright, as you can see, she's hanging in the reverse, right, upside down, and she's gaining enlightenment. She's finally gaining the answers in a different way. You're seeing things from a different perspective, and you're getting the information that you need to take the next step. The Moon in the reverse, you are navigating as best as you can, even though there's a lot of unknown and a lot of unanswered questions. You need to prioritize the time to slow down. With all those roles and responsibilities that you've been juggling, you may be feeling a little imbalanced, busy much. Maybe your calendar is totally overbooked and you're feeling the stress of being stretched in too many directions. You may be feeling the need to better balance dualities or opposing aspects of your life. Your time alone versus your time with others, or your material life versus your spiritual life. Make sure you aren't investing too many resources in one area at the expense of another, especially when both are equally as important. Even though this card suggests that you're likely able to manage it all, do you desire this much juggling? Put some of your precious energy into creating a balance that you're absolutely in love. One that will allow you to work, play, love, and create. This equilibrium will not take from your reserves of energy, but it will add to it. I create an equilibrium in my life that allows me to be my best self. So yes, Pisces, in the past, it's like you felt like you're being pulled in too many directions, opposing directions, maybe, you know, completely stretched out, maybe too many responsibilities, too much on your plate. And that led to some kind of a disappointment or a heartbreak, because the Lovers in the reverse talks about separation. Ten of Cups in the reverse, losing your faith in relationships, whether it's friends, whether it's family, ex-partners, you know, romantic relationships, platonic. Ten of Cups in the reverse is, you know, starting to lose that faith because of a heartbreak or a disappointment. And again, this is what got you into the Four of Swords to begin with. This is what put you in that healing cycle. But you're now starting to re-emerge from that healing cycle, and you're coming into the sun. But there's something here that some of you may need to bring closure to from this past situation. Three of Swords. painful separation, loss, heartbreak, an opportunity to heal, shadows coming to light, finding inspiration again. Heartbroken, she falls to her knees and screams to the universe for a second chance. Separation can come in many forms, from the loss of a relationship or identity to the disintegration of belief, purpose, or goal. Separation from what we thought we had can mark painful moments in our lives. So again, it doesn't necessarily just have to be a heartbreak. It can even be an awakening, Pisces. It's like sometimes you know too much, or you learn something, or even your beliefs get tested. But yeah, whatever this was, can even be like ego death with the Three of Swords. Whatever this was, it placed you into a healing cycle, which again, the Four of Swords is literally depicted as being in a coffin. So it's like going through this disappointment, going through this loss or this heartbreak, this grief, and then coming out of the coffin healed, a new version of yourself. But both of these cards talk about separation, and then 10 of Cups, doubting relationships or losing faith in connections. And so you're coming out of this, whatever this energy was, okay, this is more so connected to your past, and you're coming into the sun. Because for a lot of you, you haven't been in this energy for a while, okay? You've been having to deal with the healing process. It's like some of you may have been going through a perpetual healing cycle. But some way, somehow, it's gonna make you stronger, and it's coming to an end, whatever this was. It feels like it was some kind of a phase that you went through. It might have been prolonged for some of you, because you go Three of Swords to Four of Swords. If you find yourself amidst wavering realities and losing something that feels near and dear to your heart, know that this too shall pass. This severing, although painful, is the necessary part of the process, despite all proof of the contrary. Your brightly lit future will arrive because of this experience. Tie yourself to your light and prepare to spend some time nurturing your tender spirit. These shadowy times are always opportunities to become stronger and more resilient. So give yourself time to heal, and know that you will love, thrive, and find inspiration again soon. My heart remains tender and open. So yeah, Pisces, again, this feels past, okay? I don't know if some of you may still be encountering some of this energy, but it feels like it's clearing out of your life, because it's so much more connected to the past than it is to the present moment. Because in the present moment, you find yourself here. Ace of Swords in the reverse. And you're ending up in the Queen of Wands in the upright. So I don't know what this was, Pisces, but some of you may still be affected by it. Okay, because if you went through a situation that you had to heal from, and because of that, maybe you lost hope in connections or relationships, or maybe now you don't invest as much time or prioritize them because it ended up in some kind of painful separation or grief or loss, this may be affecting your happiness, because the Ten of Cups talks about emotional fulfillment, leading to the Sun being the happiest card. Two of Pentacles, some of you may still be debating how you want to move forward and what you're going to take from this experience, what you're going to learn from this experience. Because some of you may not want to go through that kind of situation again. Some of you may want to prioritize other things in your life. Why the Ten of Cups in the reverse, Holy Spirit? Tell us a little bit more. Again, this talks about fulfillment in relationships and connection. So it could be family, could be friends, could be relationships. The Hermit. Oh, Pisces. Yeah. Okay. So some of you Pisces, because of what you went through in the past, you've decided, or you've been in this Hermit mode because you realize that you get a lot more done. And so what I was getting with this card, the Three of Swords, is like, you can't break a broken heart. Okay. And with the Hermit coming up in the upright, you realize that you have a lot more sense of peace when you are within your own energy, when you are within your own world, right? Doing the things that you know are going to get you to your goals and your outcomes. But a big part of this Hermit energy, Pisces, when it's clarifying the Ten of Cups in the reverse to the Sun, is that a big part of your happiness and your joy and the positivity in your life, the Sun, again, being the happiest card of the entire tarot deck, is relationships and connections. Again, whether it's family, friends, partners, relationships, things like that. That's a big part of the emotional fulfillment that comes into your happiness. So if you are cutting this part out of your life or not trusting it as much, you're gonna be lacking when it comes to your happiness. Like, you're not gonna have the full thing. But the plus side to that is that you will have a sense of peace and a sense of balance and clarity with the Hermit. Whereas involving connections and relationships can really shatter that, or take that balance or that stability away, and it can bring more pain into your life. So it's like you can't have one without the other. Okay, like the happiness does come with the sadness, or the like the love does come with the pain, in a sense. Like you can't have one without the other. And so for some of you Pisces, you've been struggling to make this decision, because the Lovers talks about making a decision in the upright. In the reverse, it can talk about indecision and juggling, going back and forth between a choice of how you want to move forward. Okay, so some of you may completely not want to put your trust or your faith in connections and relationships, and you may be wanting to move forward in hermit mode to attain your success, to attain your goals and your victory. And some of you may want to reconsider this aspect of your life, because it does bring a lot of happiness. It's like relationships and connections can bring a lot of excitement, but they can also take the sense of peace away. And so it looks like you're trying to balance these out. Like you're trying to learn your way into a happy place without sacrificing one thing. Because again, 3 of Swords to 4 of Swords are 2 of the most painful cards in the entire tarot deck. Whether it's grief, loss, heartbreak, disappointment, betrayal, having to heal. Whereas Hermit, you don't have to go through that. And you have your sense of peace, but maybe you don't have that sense of excitement, or like that upliftment, that joy, that positivity, that happiness. So it feels like you're thinking that you have to choose between one or the other. Major Arcana to Major Arcana. Pisces, I'm going to say a lot of you value your peace, okay? And you value you having your own space. Like you prioritize that a lot. But maybe when you do that, it's like, look at the difference in colors, okay? Look how gloomy this card is compared to this one. It's like you do experience your own inner light, but all of that can be amplified, tenfold by having these connections and these relationships in your life. So it's like here you have control. Here you have a sense of peace. But here you have a lot more happiness and joy with the potential for heartbreak. So what I'm getting here, Pisces, is that some of you are trying to decide who you're going to be in this next phase, and how are you going to manage or relate to others and connect to others, because you don't want to be in these healing cycles. You don't want to have to heal all the time. You don't want to have to be heartbroken or sad, or disappointed, or having to grieve from loss. So there's an element here that you may feel like you're missing out on when it comes to fulfillment in relationships. And again, it doesn't just have to be romantic, could be family, could be friends. Do apply this to your situation, but that 10 of Cups in the reverse is saying that there's an element here that you feel like you're missing out on, or that you don't have, and you're having to choose between your inner peace or the potential for more happiness, but being exposed to more heartbreak or pain. I'm trying my hardest to kind of describe this energy, because there's something going on here, Pisces, that's important, and something that needs to click into place here before you're able to gain this breakthrough, this Ace of Swords, this realization, this information that you need. Because what I'm feeling here, Pisces, with the Ace of Swords is that you have very clear goals in mind. Like you know who you want to be, you know what you want to experience, you know what your goals are, but there has been a disconnect in the how, right? Like you know the what, you know the why, but when it comes to the how, it's like some things here have backfired when it comes to connections and relationships, heartbreaks, disappointment, things like that. And it's also taken away your peace of mind. And so you're having to debate what is most important to you at this moment of your life, what you want to prioritize, so that you can actually get to your goals with the Star and the 9 of Cups in the reverse. Because whatever disappointment or heartbreak you went through, it not just affected, your relationships in your life, in your heart, and your emotional state and your emotional fulfillment. It also started to get in the way of your work, or in the way of your goals, in the way of your dreams, whatever this is. And so you don't want to risk so much out of your life, but it also brings, again, it has the potential to make you very happy. So yeah, I feel like I'm going in circles here, but there's something here that's trying to come through, and I'm not able to describe it. But if this is your reading, you're going to know who you are, because whatever happened in the past is what made you lose hope or faith. And then 10 of Cups in the reverse. So yeah, so loss of fulfillment in relationships and connections. Disharmony disputes, miscommunications, struggling relationships, unrealistic expectations, not feeling worthy of love, a delay. In shadow, this card suggests that you need to look at how you feel about yourself within relationships. If you're looking for a white picket fence in order to find happiness, remember that your joy will only come from the inside out. By waiting for other people or better things to create your happiness for you, you undermine your own power to create feelings of love. Bring gratitude and generosity into your life every day. Focus on others and gift them your energy through time, kindness, and service. Okay, so that's what I'm getting, Pisces. You're debating how much you want to give to these relationships and how much you want to invest into these relationships, because in the past it ended up in a healing cycle, and you want to see how that plays into your major life goals and into this next phase of your life, because it feels like you're trying to prioritize your way into the star. And so again, it makes sense. Some of you may be choosing peace of mind so that you can actually attain the things that you want to attain, whereas others of you are considering how to get this in balance so that you can arrive to the sun, so that you can be happy. It's actually going to help you get there and not have you repeating another healing cycle. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about the sun energy? What does this mean for Pisces? Tell us a little bit more about the sun. Okay, so we have the 10 of Wands in the reverse, the 3 of Wands in the upright, the Justice in the reverse, the Moon in the upright, and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Pisces, some of you in the past went through some kind of a false start, and you're a little bit apprehensive about taking the next step forward. 3 of Wands. You know that something's coming in. You're anticipating your ships coming in. You know there's big things in motion for you. But in the past, you kind of placed your hope or your faith in this opportunity that was a false start, and that has you hesitating taking this next step forward. Again, I can see that you're ready. You're at the right place at the right time. You can feel your ships coming in. You feel that anticipation. You've put in the work. 10 of Wands in the reverse. You completed a major journey in your life, a major cycle. Even though there was a lot of unknown, a lot of unpredictable variables, you still made it out. You still made it to the 3 of Wands. And now it's only a matter of your ships coming in. So Justice in the reverse. Something was unfair, Pisces, about the situation, about the 3 of Swords to the 4 of Swords. Something was unfair. Something was unjust to you. And you may be trying to find closure. You may be trying to find that lesson, that meaning, in the situations that you can finally close the cycle out, because it feels like it's still open. Maybe not physically, maybe not emotionally, but mentally. Like your mind's still trying to give this a meaning. Your mind's still trying to make something out of the situation, find a lesson, because you don't want to repeat that cycle. Whatever it is, Pisces, you are coming into a lot more positivity and happiness in your life. The Sun is also a big yes card to take the next step, to take the next move. The healing cycle is complete. Some of you, Pisces, okay, it's coming in a little bit more clearly now. Some of you may be choosing peace of mind over emotional fulfillment in relationships, at least until you know for sure how you want to move forward. Because in the past, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, whatever the seed was didn't grow in the past. Whatever this opportunity or this chance, whatever this was, it was some kind of a false start where you placed your hope and your faith, and that's why it led to some kind of a heartbreak, and you don't want to place yourself through that again. But it doesn't feel like you're avoiding something. It feels strategic. It feels like you have your mind straight, okay? You have your head on straight, and you know what it is that you want out of this next phase of your life, and you know how to get there. You know the things that you have to do. And so it's more so of contemplating who you want to be, how you want to go about this. Regardless, you are coming into a lot more happiness and positivity in your life. And to, again, start something, maybe invest, maybe volunteer or gift your time to some kind of charity or your resources. But the 6 of Pentacles, doors are going to be opening up for you, new doors that you didn't see there before, and it's all happening because of this transition. You've been going through some kind of transition, some kind of major transformation in your life, and again, a lot of things happen through this journey, but you are coming out a completely new version of yourself. 4 of Swords, you went through the healing process, and now you're re-emerging. King of Pentacles, you're about to arrive to your destination. And for a lot of you Pisces, whatever you've been manifesting is no longer going to be an energetic manifestation. It's about to come into the physical realm. It's about to materialize for you. And again, it's like you have this very wise energy to you, this very loyal and devoted energy. When you commit to something, when you want to attain something, you go all in, and it's about to pay off for you, Pisces. The Six of Pentacles means that if you've been giving, if you've been investing your time, your energy, your resources towards a specific project or work or investment, whatever this is physical, it's about to come back. You're about to cash out. You're about to get the returns, and things are about to come into balance. So any area of your life, again, this is Pentacles, so talks about the physical realms, any area that you felt like was out of balance because of the things that you're currently overcoming and going through, is finally about to balance out with this breakthrough of the Ace of Swords. The Star and the Nine of Cups. You are on the right path. There is the wish fulfillment coming in. King of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands. Some way, somehow, Pisces, I don't know if this is some kind of new venture, a new investment, a new business. Queen of Wands is a very entrepreneurial spirit. It's like you're about to see your manifestations come into reality. You're about to see it come in a very physical, tangible way, because the Fire talks about you taking the action and getting things in motion. Whereas the Pentacle is the actual, again, as you can see, he's holding the Pentacle, is the actual result. It's like you're about to see your work pay off in a very big way. Eight of Swords in the reverse. You're getting out of a stuck energy, out of feeling helpless or hopeless. This Eight of Swords, again, is connected to the Four of Swords. If you were going through a healing cycle, you felt like, I don't know, like you had to be ready, or you had to be 100%. You know, it's like you don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be 100% ready. As long as you take the actions, you're going to arrive to your destination, and you're a lot closer than you think. Holy Spirit, any final advice for Pisces in regards to this reading? Trust your intuition. Five of Cups in the upright. Again, you're releasing things that disappointed you in the past, that were keeping you in this gloomy energy, and you're finally progressing to this next level. Your mind space. Again, overthinking, negative thoughts, self-doubt, or other people. People that, again, they bring drama or chaos or toxic competition. So Seven of Wands, continue to protect your energy and do your thing and prioritize yourself, because you're about to attain a major victory. You're about to balance something out in your life. This is going to be a major step forward for you, because the Six of Pentacles, something was out of balance in the past, and you were having to navigate your way, you know, in disharmony. Or just feeling like you were juggling too many things. And so again, the more that you prioritize yourself, your mindset or your mind space is not going to get in the way. And the Five of Wands, you're not going to allow the outer conflict to bring any kind of disappointment into your life. Seven of Wands, protect your energy, keep focusing on yourself. And yes, pay attention to your intuition. Death and rebirth, you are undergoing a major transformation, so do go easy on yourself. Cycles of transformation, rebirth, transition, change, new beliefs, newfound awareness, endings, a symbolic death, and initiation process. I allow myself to let go of the past in order to add energy to new beginnings. This change is needed. Know that this card urges you to release what is already losing energy and to focus on things that are already gaining momentum. Welcome the possibility of something new and allow this phase to come to a graceful end. Look towards the magic of this newfound horizon, because underneath its morbid exterior, the Death card heralds exciting times filled with brightness and so much potential. New light awaits. To the Seven of Wands, Pisces, again, protect your energy, because you are coming into some major success. So don't allow any kind of self-sabotage from the Five of Swords to get in your way, or the Five of Wands, outside energies, to, again, create chaos or gossip or toxic competition or any kind of drama. So do protect your energy. Seven of Wands, challenge, grounding, and protecting yourself. Movement, growth, creative innovation, remaining ahead, feeling vulnerable. A sign to continue to share your ideas, self-expression. I am deserving of this success, and I will bravely shine my light into the world. Haters, they'll emerge only after you made it onto your perch, whipping their wands about and asking you to defend your accomplishments. Sometimes competition emerges as a result of shining brightly in the world. If you're feeling attacked after sharing your magic, it is important to remember that others likely want what you have. So stand up bravely and continue to do your beautiful thing. Mindfully call feelings of love and well-being into your body and create a protective bubble of energy around you. Remain synchronized and aligned with your bright vision, and reject any low-vibe negative states that others may be pushing. You don't have to accept their opinion as truth, especially when they are vying for your position. Check to make sure that you're acting in a way that is aligned with your highest values. And when you know that you are, don't let anyone stop you from achieving your dreams. Pisces, again, you are about to achieve a major dream, a major wish, and you're a lot closer than you think that you are, okay? So just protect your energy, trust your intuition, allow the things that have completely died out to be washed away from your life, release them, because you are coming into a major level up, into a major transformation. King of Pentacles to Queen of Wands, you're about to attain your outcome. And so Six of Pentacles, whatever was out of balance is about to be brought back into balance, and that's going to bring a lot of positivity, upliftment, and happiness into your life. Holy Spirit, any final advice for Pisces? We're going to pull from the Oracle, and then we're going to wrap this reading up. Again, Pisces, if you would like to book a reading with me, the information's in the description box below. There's a major breakthrough, a major realization, and it's going to lead you to a lot of happiness. It's like happiness that you didn't even think was possible for you, because you've been having to deal with a lot of these restrictions or limits in your life. Eight of Swords, feeling trapped or stuck. And so pray, your Pisces, to realign with your belief, with your faith in yourself, to take this leap of faith into your freedom that will help you arrive to new levels of happiness. This is all I have for your reading, Pisces. Blessings. Take care.